The winning blueprint presents.
In the lab room.
The real officials are here. The real officials are here. Welcome. You are in the lab room on this Thursday afternoon, and we know what that means. It's football day. Thursday night football is vastly approaching us, and so we will talk about the game tonight, the officials ending their lockout and being ready to respond and return to duty tonight. And we'll get into all of those things shortly. But first, let me welcome you. You are in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. And I'm so glad that the real officials will be back on the field tonight in the Thursday night game, kicking off week 4 of the NFL season. And they couldn't have come any sooner. And if you're the Green Bay Packers, it's a week too late. But for every other team in the league, this is a welcome sign, and you couldn't wait for this to happen. And it's right on time for every other team except the Packers. Maybe with the exception of the Seahawks as well, because without the replacement officials, they would be 1-2 right now. But the replacement officials gave them a freebie, so they'll take it. They're 2-1, and let's move forward. I'm tired of talking about replacement officials. Let's talk about the official officials. All right, they're back. Ed Hockley and company, they are back, and we are glad to see them. We have our arms open, like hey, come back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are so glad to see you guys back on the football field. I can't wait to see the ovation that these that these officials get tonight in the Ravens and Browns game. It's going to be amazing to see actual officials, referees, whatever you want to call them, get probably a standing ovation for about a good 30 seconds at the beginning of this game. I would be surprised if they don't get one, because fans can be so condescending sometimes and so funny. They can be very, very hypocritical, but this will be no joke, no laughing matter. They're actually serious here. There's no Bronx cheer involved in what they'll be doing tonight. If in fact they do clap, cheer, standing ovation, whatever they decide to do, this will be genuine. They will be happy to see these officials. And it's funny because I never thought I would see. I can't speak for anybody else. I never thought I would see the day that the officials would be such a big part of the game that they would get an actual standing ovation from the crowd. I think it's coming tonight. I really think, and I think we take officials for granted in every sport. I think we feel like these guys are in the way, and we take them for granted because they're always there, and we don't realize how much they do and how much a part of the game they are until they're not there, until they're non-existent. And then they put some replacement guys in their place and they can't do an adequate job. And then we realize, just how much we really should value the real officials. And this goes for any sport. I mean, we talk bad about the officials in every single sport. It doesn't matter, especially all the major sports. Whether it's baseball and it's Joe West behind the plate, and he's not giving you the outside corner, or he's not giving you the high strike, there's always something to complain about. Or it's basketball and Joey Crawford, and he's being too involved with the game and calling quick technical fouls, and so you're complaining about that. Or it's just one of the regular officials that you've come to know and love, like a Jerome Boger or John Perry or Ed Hockley. We've come to know and love these guys. They're a part of the game. They're fixtures in the game. And so I think we take these guys for granted sometimes. And I tell you what, it's good to have them back. You never know how good you have it until it's no longer there. You never know how good something is until it's gone. And we had it really good with these officials. And I think what these officials have done without even setting foot on the field this year is they've garnered a greater appreciation for what it is they do and what they bring to the table in the National Football League. And I think without having refereed a game this year, their stock has immediately risen. And I think that people would definitely appreciate their services a lot more moving forward. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I'm telling you right now, the first pass interference call, the first personal foul, roughing the passer call against the Baltimore Ravens tonight, and the fans are going to turn on them just like that, just like they were here the whole season, like it never happened, and it's going to be back to normal. However, don't be mistaken in thinking that these officials aren't much better than the ones we've had. Now, look, I know anyone thinking that is in the minority, but there are people out there that thought that these replacement officials were put in a tough situation, which they were, and did the best that they could, given their circumstances, which they might have. However, it wasn't anywhere near the standard that has been set in the National Football League, and is nowhere near what we're used to. And it was nowhere near what we needed it to be for the game to run smoothly. And so if these real officials do nothing else, they're going to restore the order in the game. They're going to command the respect of the players, coaches, and everyone involved in the football game. And they're also going to make the right calls more times than not. They're going to make the right spots. They're going to mark the right spots on the field when a penalty is marked off. They're not going to take a long time to do so. And they're going to replay things that need to be replayed and not replay things that don't need to be replayed. And they're going to make the game or the speed of the game go along much faster. And so everything about tonight's game feels like a brand new season almost. It's amazing the feeling that you get from these real officials coming back. The officials coming back to the field. It just feels like this is week 1 of the National Football League, not week 4. But nonetheless, there is a game tonight being overshadowed by the return of the officials. And it's the Baltimore Ravens hosting division rival Cleveland Browns at home. And it's going to be what I think is going to be an embarrassment. I think the Ravens are going to absolutely and utterly destroy the Browns tonight, much like they did against the Cincinnati Bengals in week 1. This is a home game for the Ravens. They're hungry. They're starving for another win inside that division. And this Cleveland Browns team is looking for a direction right now. I think that they've seen much improvement from Trent Richardson's game, and they have to be pleased with what he's bringing to the table, especially after the week 1 performance that he turned in. And again, I put a lot of that on the injury that he was coming back from. He missed all of the preseason. He was rusty. And so it's going to take some time for him to shake off the cobwebs and come out and make sure that he can put the pressure needed on that knee and know that it's not going to re-aggravate itself. And so once he got the confidence in that knee and he started to adjust to the speed of the NFL, I knew he was going to assimilate himself well, and he has. He's looked good in the last 2 weeks, I should say. He's played well, I thought, and he's starting to acclimate himself well into the NFL game. However, Brandon Weeden, on the other hand, his transition has been a lot slower to come by. I think he struggles at times to read NFL defenses. I think the speed of the game is a little bit quicker than he anticipated. I don't think he's making the throws necessary to be a competitive NFL quarterback week in and week out. He's not consistent. On one given play, he'll make an excellent throw out to the opposite hash, and you'll say, wow, that's a big boy throw. That's an NFL quarterback throw. And then on other plays, he'll make a boneheaded decision, not so much as the throw being as bad as the decision is just terrible. And so it doesn't matter how good the throw is. If the decision is bad or not bad, if the decision is horrendous, you're usually going to get bad results, because you could make a bad decision to throw the football, make a great throw, and get away with it. But if the decision is horrendous and the throw isn't that much better, or it could be a great throw, but it's a horrendous decision, you're probably going to pay for it, 7 times out of 10. And he's doing that a lot. He's making bad decisions. He's not trusting his eyes. He's seeing the wrong thing. He thinks receivers are open that are not. And again, that's where the speed of the game factors in, because maybe that college free safety that's back there hanging around can't get to that receiver and close up that seam fast enough before you get the football in there. That NFL free safety, he can get there. He can close that gap and make up that distance like that. And you thinking that guy's open or uncovered is covered and potentially turning into an interception, a turnover. And so he just has to be smarter with the football, trust his eyes, make faster reads and decisions. And if you're going to go to a receiver, make the decision quick and get the ball there fast. I think he's processing information too slow. He's seeing someone, not sure he's trusting his eyes. He might be open, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he's open, I'm cutting it loose. Now it's too late. You have to anticipate guys coming open, not waiting until they're wide open and throw the football. You can't do that in this league. You're not going to succeed. See Jason Campbell for that. And so you need Brandon Weeden. If you're the Cleveland Browns, you need Brandon Weeden to succeed, because your next option is going back to Colt McCoy. And you've been down that road again. I thought Colt McCoy maybe could have gotten another shot, but it doesn't matter. Colt McCoy, I don't think, is a difference maker in the National Football League. I think he's a solid backup quarterback, but he's not a difference maker. Brandon Weeden is going to have to be the future for the Cleveland Browns, or else they're going to have to go back into the draft and look elsewhere. But it's too early to be talking about that. He's a young guy, only 3 games into his NFL career. He has a long way to go, and he has the space and the weapons necessary to make the adjustments and be better at quarterback. He just needs to start seeing the field better, making better decisions, and getting the football there when he sees opportunities to throw the football and make plays. This Cleveland Browns defense is not a bad group. All right, they're going to surrender points because they're just not as talented as most NFL defenses, but they play hard. They stay disciplined in their gaps, and when playing run defense, for the most part, they got gashed a week ago against the Bills. C.J. Spiller was taking advantage of that rush defense of the Browns. But I thought before then, they were doing a pretty solid job of stopping the run. They would give up a run here and there, but for the most part, they were sound in their defensive principles when playing the run. In the passing game is where they can be had. I thought that the Cincinnati Bengals did a great job of exploiting them in the secondary, going after them just 2 weeks ago. I thought the Bills, when they decided to pick their spots, went after them in the secondary. Stevie Johnson caught a nice size touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick, a nice catch after the run, and scored a touchdown. They can be had in the secondary. C.J. Spiller took a nice screen pass to the house against them. And so this defense, while not the worst in the league, they have a lot of work to do, and they can be scored upon. I think the Ravens are going to take full advantage of every opportunity to get to score upon these Cleveland Browns. And I think they're going to use every opportunity to put points on the board. And we know the Browns cannot keep pace with any team that is willing to score upwards of 27 and 30 points. And the Ravens can do that. They've done it multiple times this season already, scoring over 30, at least 2 out of the first 3 games, and coming close against the Philadelphia Eagles in their Week 2 matchup, the only game of the season they didn't score over 30 points. And so this Ravens team can score points if you allow them to. If you turn the football over and give them opportunities, extra opportunities, outside of the ones they already get on offense to score, then the Ravens are going to put up points on you. So it's the Browns' job, and their mission should be coming into this game. Don't turn the football over. That should be priority number one. Even if you have to punt the football, make the Ravens beat you on their own offensive possessions. Don't give them extra ones, or don't allow them to score on the defensive side of the football. Make them earn everything that they get. If you're the Browns, just be safe with the football. Find ways to get Trent Richardson the football and see what he can do out in space. And then get Brandon Weeden to go off a play action fake. You need to have this running game with Trent Richardson be effective. If this is not effective, and then you turn around to Brandon Weeden and say, hey, running game's not working, you have to throw the football, you're going to be in trouble tonight. You're going to be in trouble tonight. But if you can get Trent Richardson off, allow him to run the football, go play action fake off of what Trent Richardson creates for you, you have a small chance. It's very slight, but it's a chance. That's all you can ask for. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yes, I am, if you can run the football. However, that chance is 1 in a million. I don't see the Ravens allowing the Browns, who have not won a game this season, to come in to A&T Bank Stadium and get a win. I just can't see it. This is family business, and as we all know, family business is one of these type of deals that you want to stay away from, because you just never know what's going to happen inside of a division. And these teams know each other very well. They play each other twice a season, sometimes 3 times a season if you get lucky enough to make it to the postseason and play that same team. Of course, the Browns, not being a postseason participant for a long time, do not play any of their teams in the division more than twice. But they see the Ravens all the time. They know what the Ravens like to do. They know their tendencies, and they're comfortable with what the Ravens' philosophy is on the offensive side of football. And so they know what to expect. And so anytime you play a team in your division and family business is being commenced, you know the game can be a lot closer than many expect it to be. And so this game can be close. I don't think it will be, but if it does, it wouldn't surprise me any. What would surprise me if the Browns found a way to win, but they're not going to do so, because the Ravens are just a superior football team to the Cleveland Browns. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Ravens are the better team here at every single facet of the game. Special teams, defense, offense. The Ravens hold the advantage in every category. Up and down, you look at anyone, the Ravens are a better team, and they're going to win the football game. Not to mention the fact that they're at home. And so the Ravens are going to run the ball with Ray Rice, set up play action fake for Joe Flacco, allow him to take shots down the field to Torrey Smith and any other willing receiver that's going to get behind this Browns defense. Go up there, make plays, and try to stretch this defense out, and then turn around and hand the ball right back off to Ray Rice again. Use him in the passing game as well, and they're going to look to exploit this Cleveland Browns defense as it's been exploited in the first 3 weeks of the season. Not so much in week 1 by the Eagles, but more so by the Bengals and the Bills in weeks 2 and 3 respectively. And so I expect the Ravens to jump on these Browns early, put them in a hole behind them, 10, 13-point deficit early in this ball game. Look for them to try to make the Browns have to respond through the air, and that's when they're going to start teeing off on them, and that's when this game is going to get out of control. I see the Ravens getting another easy victory at home in the division against a divisional rival in the Cleveland Browns, 31-13. I don't expect this game to be close. I could be wrong. I know one thing is for sure. I know who the winner is going to be in this game. Let's see if the score is anywhere close to what I think it's going to be. I think the Ravens win this one going away. You might be able to go to bed early tonight. This might be a laugher. We don't know. I'm just speculating, but I know the Ravens will win this game. I'm saying the score is going to be 31-13. I just don't see the Browns being able to generate a lot of offense, a lot of points. I don't see the Ravens having that tough a time getting to this Browns offense and making them make mistakes. And I also see this Ravens offense who's been playing surprisingly well this year. And I say surprisingly because this Ravens team is known and predicated off of their defense. And their offense has always been an offense that, hey, let's just get enough points to win. And this year, Joe Flacco is starting to come into his own. He's starting to push the ball down the field. And as we all know, points come out of the passing game. And Joe Flacco is not afraid to throw it up and allow his receivers to make plays. They're scoring points this year, folks. And so these aren't your, uncle's Ravens, your 2000 and 2001 Ravens who score, 13, 16 points, just enough to get it done and tell, and the defense tells the offense, hey, just don't mess this up. We got it. No, this is a different Ravens team. The defense isn't as elite as it once was. And, some of that has to do with the fact that Terrell Suggs is injured. But let's not kid ourselves. This Ravens defense is a year older. Every year that passes, Ray Lewis, every year get a year older. Terrell Suggs is no longer a spring chicken. They're getting older. They lost some vital pieces in the offseason, like a Jarrett Johnson to free agency. And so this defense is different. They're getting younger at certain spots, certain parts of their defense is getting younger. But this defense is getting long in the tooth. They're not as explosive as they once were. They can give up points if you're willing to score them. However, this team is still dangerous. They're still good, and they're at home, and I expect them to dominate tonight, 31-13 over the Browns. So that's going to do it for this episode. That's our preview of the game. I think that the Ravens are going to take care of business, so I'm going to go ahead and throw them up. Touchdown. Tack on this quick extra point. Glad to see the replacement officials out of here. They had to go. I'm not going to talk about them anymore. This is my last time talking about replacement officials because I'm wiping my hands clean. I'm washing my hands clean of the replacement officials, drying them off. I'm done with them. On to the official officials. Welcome back. You're in the fold. Soak in this acknowledgement and this fanfare that you're going to get for about 5 or 10 minutes in this Ravens game. Everyone, even the ones not doing this game, soak it up. Because the minute you make a call that the fans disagree with, you're going to be right back in their crosshairs, and it'll be back to normal. And I'm pretty sure you don't mind it being business as usual. I feel like these officials are, the consummate professionals. They get it. They know what they have to do. They know they have a job to do. They know what's at stake. And that's why we love these guys. Glad to see you back. I think I speak for everyone when I say, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We missed you guys. Never thought I'd be begging for the presence of officials. But when you don't have the officials, things can get pretty ugly quickly. We saw that. Good to have you guys back in the fold. Let's go play some football now. Let's go play some real football. Let's go play some official football. You like that? Yeah. All right, so that's going to be an episode. Thank you for joining me in the lab room on this Thursday. Enjoy the game tonight. This game is my Soul Survivor of the week. If you tuned in on Wednesday to check out the Soul Survivor Wednesday edition of In the Lab Room, you know that this is my Soul Survivor. So this is my Survivor Pool pick. I expect this to go down business as usual. And so Ravens take care of business. And I can get past that hiccup I had a week ago. And I'm going to leave you guys with this note today. Right after I'm done speaking, after you hear the last sound from my voice, I'm going to show you guys a breakdown of everything that I've done thus far in terms of wins, losses, survivor picks, and everything you need to know about what I've done in the weekly pick'em department and what the lab is looking like thus far. And so I'm going to keep you abreast of this throughout the course of the season. Every week you're going to get an update on what I've done. I've told you what I've done. Now you're going to see in writing, on paper, what I have done to this point. Now, you won't see my week 4 picks till tomorrow. You won't hear of them. You want to know what I think and who I think are going to get it done over the weekend. You're going to have to stay tuned and check out the Friday edition of In the Lab Room for that. But nonetheless, everything that has gone down and transpired in the NFL through the first 3 weeks will be present on this sheet. So stay tuned if you want to see what I have done to this point, what my record is, and you're going to see that I have a lot of work to do to really build up and boost my reputation. I got to come better than this. And I feel like with the officials back in the ball game, I'm about to turn it up. It's about to get hot in the kitchen. And if you can't stand this heat that I'm about to bring to all of you, then you best get out of the kitchen, because it's about to get hot, and I'm going to turn this heat up to 1,000. It's going to be hot as hell, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm bringing the heat. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready, because I'm about to turn it up. It's about to get nasty, and I'm ready. I'm ready, and I got the officials on my side, and let's go. Let's get it. So enjoy the game tonight. We'll come back, talk about it tomorrow, and then in addition, we'll talk about all the games on the slate for the upcoming week of football in the National Football League, week 4 of the 2012 season. Enjoy the game. Want to see you here same time, same place. I'm out. Replacement officials, out. Real officials, officials, they're in the game. See you tomorrow.
In the lab. Mm-hmm.